Ahoy there, Elder Scrolls Legends fans. I'm Dead Broke Nerd, and I'm here with my first new deck from Jaws of Oblivion. This is my Transmogr-INVADE deck. So it is fusing the Transmogrify archetype that I've kind of been working on over the past couple months with the new invade strategy from Jaws of Oblivion. So when I was looking at this, I noticed that there was quite a few actions in Mage now that have to do with invading. So we have the Blast from Oblivion, which will invade and then deal damage equal to your Oblivion Gate's level to a creature. We also have Unexpected Arrival, and this unexpectedly, for me, ended up being one of the best cards, in my opinion, out of the Invade package. I think it's really, really good because you're at minimum, when you play Unexpected Arrival, if you have no gate, it summons a gate, and then it summons a 1-drop. And there's only 2 1-drop Daedras, and both of them have Invade tied to it. So one of them invades instantly, the other one is warded, and when the ward breaks, it invades. So it'll keep a gate up at minimum, and also sometimes take that gate right up to level 2 immediately, okay? Then we have Invasion Party. Now, I only have 2 copies of this, but I'd love to get a third because I think it wants 3 in the deck. Obviously, that puts a little bit of board presence on your board if you want. And at minimum, it can get you at least a level 1 gate and a couple scamps or any variation in between. There's several ways to play it, and I really do like I like the flexibility of this card. We have Crisis Begins, which is a 6-cost action. I think this one's maybe slightly too expensive, so maybe we only run 1 copy, or maybe we end up cutting it. I think 1 copy definitely should get cut for an invasion party. But what it does is it just is a javelin without prophecy, but it also invades, okay? And then finally, we have Forces of Destruction, which is that big legendary kind of, finisher style card. It invades and then summons random Daedra with a total cost of 10. Now, I did have a game where, I kid you not, I got an Aspect of Hearsay off of this, which was nuts. But even on average, even if you get a smaller distribution of Daedra, it's still quite good, especially if you already have a gate out, because then they'll all get +1/+1. But even so, the Transmogrify archetype needs board presence to win the game, and it normally does that through the Mage's Guild retreat by itself. But now with Forces of Destruction, we've got that additional sort of punch in the late game to help close out a game once the opponents run out of resources because of all of your ridiculous amounts of removal. Okay, now as usual, Transmogrify is here to summon some big creatures. It'll sacrifice a creature to summon the top creature from your deck. Now, little Daedra, like Scamps, are great to blow up. You can even blow up your gates, which is kind of why we ended up in this direction, is because you don't need something like Scouting Patrol to summon targets for Transmogrify. The gate itself is just fine to blow up if you have Transmogrify on 7 or 6 with the ring, right? So then we have, for a top end, we have Odiving and Paarthurnax. I have gone back and forth. Unfortunately, Mage has probably the worst choices for these top-end creatures. I put 1 Siege Crawler in, mostly because it's premium and it looks dope. It also synergizes off of gates if we have gates out. We then have Odiving and Paarthurnax. Odiving is great, of course. That one's always going to be in there. Just a solid deal 4 damage to everything. Board reset. Great card. Paarthurnax is in here because I like the idea of getting shouts, because they are 0-cost actions that will fuel my Mage's Guild Retreat. Now, here's another cool thing about Mage's Guild Retreat. It summons Atronachs, and all Atronachs are Daedra. Now, not all Daedra are Atronachs, but that doesn't matter, because Atronachs are Daedra, and that means they benefit from the Oblivion Gates as well. It's just a nice pairing of synergies. Now, I'm not saying this deck is going to, kick butt and take you all the way up the ladder, but this thing is a ton of fun to play. It actually does allow you to toy around with some of the invade synergies without going all in, and it does allow you to play one of the most hilarious cards in the game, which is Transmogrify. If you want to make this deck slightly better, I think you can cut Siege Crawler and probably put Lonith in. I think Lonith would be an excellent substitution for Siege Crawler, but I wanted to play the big dope guy with lava falling out of his mouth, so we played this anyways. Additionally, I think that you want to go to 3 invasion parties like I mentioned earlier. I would cut the Crisis Begins first. Finally, you probably don't need Blast from Oblivion. I just really liked the idea of being able to kind of put gates out more frequently. And sometimes in the early game, really dealing 1 damage, especially like against tokens, which, by the way, I think we're going to see a slight increase in tokens once the craze around Invade settles down and people discover Defensive Bruma, because Whew, that card's pretty good. Blast from Oblivion may not be worth running full time, but I think it's fun to play with to start. Now, the last thing I want to mention before closing out and showing you guys some gameplay, Madness Beckons is in here because it's going to generate cards to play, hopefully creatures, which, you know, the deck does need. It runs Fabricate for the exact same reason. But Madness Beckons, what's cool is that it puts an Isle of Madness card into your hand. Now, yes, you could play Blackmail, and I can see playing Blackmail over Fabricate if you want, because there's the chance that you get to steal some of their invade cards, or not steal, but copy some of their invade cards. That's something you could consider experimenting with. But I will say Madness Beckons is excellent because what does it do? Well, it pulls cards from Isle of Madness, and if you remember correctly, Isle of Madness had a ton of Daedra. You can actually go and get Golden Initiates from this Madness Beckons. You can get Dark Seducer. You can get the 2-drop green one that charges and has 0/2 when it's not on your turn, but +2 attack. Feasting Hunger, I think is what it's called. Or no, that's a different one. Crazed Hunger, something like that. Anyways, you can pull that one from this. All Daedra, which all benefit from the Oblivion Gate. So that's what we're looking at here. That's what we're working with. I hope you guys enjoy the deck. It does have a decent sized prophecy count, so there's many times where you will be able to recover based on a prophecy. And yeah, like I said, give it a try. It's a ton of fun. I'm not claiming it to be, you know, the new meta at all. I don't think it will be. It's kind of a meme, but it's a really, really fun meme that I think you guys will get a kick out of. So enjoy the gameplay. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. Finally, if you haven't yet, I would recommend subscribing. It's one of the best ways to support me as a content creator, and grow my stream, grow my YouTube page, just increase the spread of my knowledge and my content. So that's an awesome thing. If you haven't done that yet, be sure to do it, because I'm going to have a ton more Tesla content coming out this week. I'm hoping to get on a new Tesla deck every single day this week. That's my goal. Hopefully I will be able to meet it. I already have several in the works. Anyways, guys, that's Transmogr-INVADE. Enjoy the game. Yeah, like the finish off or Banelord stuff is fine. Execute stuff, so, you know, Aerostorms, not that you should play Aerostorm, but I'm simply using that as an example. That stuff is pretty good. We're gonna throw away the Channeled Storm. You can steal their gate. I don't know if stealing okay now, this is the second time today that this has happened, where I've thrown away a card and gotten the other copy. I'm just saying, I feel like that should be a thing. Like, Charmer has been on this for forever, that blacklisting should be a thing when you're mulliganing, you know? Okay. Makeshift defenses, resolute ally. Oh, God, that is the most disgusting opener. That is such a disgusting opener. Let me just tell you. I think I just Crushing Blow this. It's going to be hard to justify Blast from Oblivioning. So we're just going to, yeah, we're going to Crushing Blow that. So just don't put the card in your deck. I mean, you can.
I'll take them with me. Hold the line.
Okay, so this is good here. This is good here. How long until we see someone use Ring of Imaginary Might and Expunge, Dress Renegade to OTK with the gate? I felt like that was so obvious I didn't want to do it. You know what I mean, Neon? I felt like it was just too obvious. Like, I didn't even bring it up because I'm like, it's not even that original. Everyone else is going to be on this idea anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was my first thought. I'm like, okay, you know. Yeah, then you're playing Purple Invade. Well, I mean, at that point, it's not really about the invading as much as it's about everything else. So, okay. I mean, I can blast this. I can blast this into Oblivion. Or, and I think this is maybe the better play, I just go ahead and I go Channeled Storm, Firebolt. If you give the gate a dagger first. Hatchery Meddler, Dress Renegade. Oh, that's pretty interesting. You still have to... Yeah, you give it a dagger. Yeah, okay. I can get behind that. All right, so we're gonna blast from Oblivion. We're gonna unexpected arrival. Just gonna summon a 2 cost. Ravenous Hunger. Not too bad. Next turn, I can Transmogrify that, and I'll either get Alduin, Odiving, or Alduin or Odiving, which is gonna be pretty good. Steel-Eyed Visionary, yeah.
We'll rebuild Skyrim into the land she once was.
Well, this is gonna be great. I'm really feeling this, guys. Swing for 5. And then, let's see. Which would I rather stick around if it's Odiving? Neither will stick around if it's Alduin. But if it's Odiving, one of them gets to stick around. Yeah, he didn't even draw from the Rune Break, yeah. I mean, I think ideally the portal, because we're going to get Force of Destruction, so we'll blow this up. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty juicy. And we can go and get Alduin, actually, later with our Transmogrify, unless we draw him. Which that would kind of suck.
My blade is death to assassins. Speak, citizen.
Yeah, huh? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So we pick up a Fortress Guard. We'll go ahead and do Crisis Begins. No, we'll swing for 10. And then we'll Crisis Begins. Bloop. Not too shabby. Hey. That's pretty fun. I think the invade package is not bad. I think Mage felt really underwhelming before. Like compared to Sorcerer, which I think is fairly fleshed out, especially because Iron Atronachs are so hard to deal with off of Transmogrify. And then of course you also have things like Mummify and stuff like that. Ooh, well that's juicy. We'll do this. Keep the Transmogrify. Fabricate's good. Hey, this isn't bad. Now we're against Telvanni, so it's also not good, but it's not bad, you know. Well, we wanted something cheaper, but we'll take a 5-drop with Pilfer. Invasion Party. Well, now that's interesting. Let's go ahead and do this.
You will be devoured in shadow.
Now, I know we could have done the reverse, of course, and summoned a level 4-drop. It's already shackled, but he's going to take this kill, which is honestly not a problem. We're going to let him get the kill, because then, of course, when this breaks, we'll get a new portal. So, Telvanni must be my Achilles heel. Feels the decks I build can hold their own against almost any archetype, even mid-BM and Dagoth, but I feel like I auto-lose to Telvanni. That's interesting. I wonder why you feel that way. Like, I wonder what it is about Telvanni that does that. Do I want an invasion party? Not really. If he takes this trade, I'm good. Right? Well, okay, let's think about this. If I invasion party, we get guaranteed one portal, right? But we're already gonna get a portal here. On next turn is turn 5. We're either ringing an Ice Storm or we're playing the custom Fabricant. And neither of those plays feel particularly great. The thing with this guy is that sacrificing also doesn't feel super great. So I'm honestly on the attack phase for 1 and pass plan.
I learned.
The Black Hand sees all.
Okay. Dude, no problem. No problemo. That's my siege crawler. Okay. So that means there's Parthenax and Odiving are in there. So next turn I'll be able to Transmogrify with the ring. So why don't I go ahead and Invasion Party? Well, they're going to get this killed here. I could just play the Custom Fabricant.
Greetings.
Or I could Ice Storm.
Greetings.
Ice Storm gives them a card. It also deals 2 damage to me off of the Black Hand
Stand
Messenger.
up. Give
Oh,
me
shut
strength.
up.
Greetings.
Shush. Now I'm going to take extra long because this guy's being a dick. Let's see. Do I want an Invasion Party? Because that summons... No. We're going to go Ice Storm, mostly because we're not really going to get a lot of value after this turn with it. This is still here for our Transmogrify, unless he kills it. And if he does kill it, no big deal. We'll just go ahead and play something else.
Must I do everything myself?
Cat's Paw? Okay. So let's go ahead and Transmogrify. We don't really care if this gets killed. It's really more to pressure. Force awkward removal, ideally. It may not force awkward removal, but... you know, we're going to try.
I didn't come here.
Marshblade. Fire Bloom. Okay, so that does 5 damage here. Okay, what else you got?
This should help.
Shadowfen does what exactly? I don't know. But this is actually a great time to go ahead and Mage's Guild, retreat, and then smash him in the face for 10. Because that Shadowfen just came out here. They're going to need to invest at least 1 more point into Odiving. And then, of course, we can use our... well, okay. Scouts report. But our Mage's Guild retreat is going to live. Darth Sinus, ahoy there! Ahoy! How am I liking the new expansion? Dude, I'm actually really liking it. I wasn't sure how I felt about it for a little bit. But honestly, now I'm kind of into it. So we're going to go... we're going to go Invasion Party. We're going to invade 3 times. Which is going to reduce our Daedra by 1, which is nice for our siege call. But that's not why we're doing it. Because then we're going to Unexpected Arrival over here. Which is going to invade. We grab Reeve Blademaster with the ward. And now at the end of the turn, we're going to get an Atronach on the Mage's Guild, which is also going to grab ward. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's juicy, baby. That is juicy. Oh, man. See what he's emoting now? That's right. What you gonna emote now, Joker? Sanctuary pet? Oh no, it's Shackle. Oh no. Oh darn. Do I want to go ahead and take this trade? No, I'm gonna Javelin. Crushing Blow. We're gonna swing 4 and 6. We'll go ahead and pass. We'll get ourselves another. What's it gonna get this time? Regenerate? Not too shabby. Not too shabby, guys. That's right. Get out of here, Tobani, with your emoting bullshit. Ha! Ha! Woo! That one felt good, guys. That one felt well earned.